Rama Anukula habe vidhi se pade hoibe siddhi Nirakhiba eduinayane Serupa madhuri rasi Prana kuvalaya shashi Prafulita habe nishidine Tua adarshana ahi garale jarolo dehi Dina tapita jivana Haharupa korodoya deha more pada chaya Rupa korodoya deha more pada chaya Aharupa korodaya deha more pada chaya Naratama loilo sharana Naratama loilo sharana Rupa manjari pada sei mora sampada sei mora bhajana pujana Mora pranadhana sei mora abharana sei mora jivanera jivana Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. नरोत्तम दास ठाकुर की जय, श्रील रूप गोस्वामी पाद की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरे बोल. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, Gaur Hare Bol. When Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was departing from this world, he requested devotees to sing this song, and meditating on this song, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur departed from this world. So we'll read the translation of this song. The lotus feet of Sri Rupa Manjari are my treasure, my devotional service, and my object of worship. They give my life meaning, and they are the life of my life. They are the perfection of rasa, and their perfection worthy of attainment. They are the very law of the Vedic scriptures for me. They are the meaning of all my fasts and penances and my silent uttering of my mantras. They are the basis of religion and activities. By the purifying process of favorable devotional service, one will attain perfection, and with his two eyes be able to see his transcendent form is shining like moonlight in my heart, and my heart therefore shines and reciprocates. In other words, the ordinary moon lights up the night and shine illuminates other object, but the moon of the effulgence of the form of Sri Rupa Manjari shines into the heart and makes the heart also shine back to the spiritual sky. This moon shines not only in the night time but day and night. Your absence from my vision is like a dose of strong poison, and I will suffer till the end of my life. Narottam Das Thakur says, please give me your mercy and the shade of your lotus feet. Tamajnana timirandasya gyananjana shalakaya chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhan Vitamsha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Dinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauramani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyanta Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pranayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gaura Tishe Nama. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namasude Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Prishamano Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Nilachala Nivasaya Nityaya Paramatmane Balabhadra Subhadrabhyam Jagannathaya Te Nama Vancha Kalpa Tarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Bhevacha पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. I seek blessings of all devotees assembled here, so I can speak something in glorification of Srila Rupa Goswami and Gauridas Pandit on this occasion of their disappearance for my own purification. So first I will briefly speak about Gauridas Pandit and then I will speak about Srila Rupa Goswami. Hare Krishna. When we take a train from Howrah to Navadip, in between one station comes that is called as Ambika Kalna. So in that place, Gauridas Pandit used to recite. So Gauridas Pandit is a great ascet of Lord Chaitanya in Chaitanya Lila and is ascet of Lord Krishna in Krishna Lila. He is a Subal Saka in Krishna Lila. So one time when Nitai, Gauranga, both of them were on their preaching tour, they came to Ambika Kalna. And when Gauridas Pandit saw both Nityanpu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was so happy. He welcomed them, received them, and had a great festival. And Nityanpu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed there for some time. And after that, they wanted to take permission from Gauridas Pandit so that they can depart further for their Sankirtan, spreading of Sankirtan. But Gauridas Pandit became so overwhelmed with emotion. He said, "My dear Lord, how can you leave me? I won't be able to live without you. So please stay here." So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, understanding Gauridas Pandit's deep attachment to him, he carved beautiful deities of Nityanpu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. He arranged those deities to present to Gauridas Pandit. They are life-size deities, same size as Nityanpu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he said, "My dear Gauridas, I understand you are deeply attached to me, so I am giving you these deities of myself and Nityanpu. So we are not different from the deities. So please worship our deities and please give us permission that we can live and continue with our journey." So Gauridas Pandit said, "My dear Lord, you are saying that you and these deities are not different. So my request is that you and Nityanpu stay here and let your deity and Nityanpu's deities go and continue the Sankirtan." So then, as soon as he said like that, Lord said, "So be it." So immediately, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityanpu raised their hands and they became like a deity, and deities lowered their hands and they started walking. And when they're going, Gauridas Pandit saw what is happening. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda were leaving. So immediately ran behind them and he said, stop, stop. He said, please, you stay back and let them go, And then again Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda lowered their hands and they started walking. And this deities, they raised their hands and when he saw that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda were walking away, he ran behind them and he said, no, 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 my dear Lord, you please stay here. How can I leave without you? Maybe let them go, And again Chaitanya Mahaprabhu raised his hand, they became like a deity. And deities lowered their hands and they started walking. And couple of times he went back and forth. And finally he understood that actually deity is not different from Lord. Then finally Lord went and he started worshipping these deities of Nitai, Gauranga. So until today, those deities are there at Ambika Kalna. How many of you visited Ambika Kalna? It's a beautiful place on banks of river Ganga and not very far also. So we see this Gauridas Pandit used to worship with great love and devotion his deities. And he had his disciple Hrudayananda. So one time on occasion of Gaur Purnima, they were arranging a big festival. So he had told his disciple he should go and invite people. So he had gone and hundreds and thousands people came. And they were doing kirtans while coming. And they were doing kirtans on banks of Ganga. Here in temple, Gauridas Pandit was offering arti to the deities. And when he was offering arti to the deities, he saw that Gaurita jumped from the altar and ran. He was surprised. He is doing arti and Lord is running away. So he ran and he ran behind them with a stick. And he saw that, this Nityananda and Gauranga Mahaprabhu, they are chanting and dancing in kirtans. Thousand people had assembled and his disciple Hrudayananda was doing kirtans and there was ecstatic festival on the banks of, Ganga. And this Gauridas Pandit was thinking, what is this? Lord has, I wanted to offer arti, he did not accept arti, he is here, so I have to take Lord. So he had come with the stick. And when he came in that kirtans, and when Nityananda and Gauranga Mahaprabhu, instead, when Gauranga Mahaprabhu saw Gauridas Pandit with stick, he became so frightened, he just jumped and entered the heart of his disciple, Hrudayananda. So later on, Hrudayananda was given name Hruday Chaitanya. In his heart, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu entered. And later on, Hruday Chaitanya had disciple known as Duti Krishna, who became Shyamananda, and who had disciple Rasikananda. So all these great powerful preachers, they're all disciples and grand disciples and great grand disciples of great grand disciples of Gauridas Pandit. So we can pray to Gauridas Pandit that we can also develop some attachment to lotus feet of Nityananda Prabhu and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and serve them with love and devotion. Today is also very, very special day. Today is Srila Rupa Goswami's Disciples' Day. For all of us ISKCON devotees, Rupa Goswami is very special because we are called as Rupanugas, followers of Sri Rupa Goswami. Prabhupada, in preface to Nectar of Instruction, writes, this Krishna conscious movement is conducted under the supervision of Srila Rupa Goswami. The Gaudiya Vaishnavas or Bengali Vaishnavas are mostly followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, of whom the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan are direct disciples. Therefore, Srila Narottam Das Thakur has sung, Rupa Raghunatha Pade Hoibe Akuti Kabe Hama Bhujo Be Say Jugala Piriti. When I am eager to understand the literatures given by the Goswamis, then I shall be able to understand the transcendent loving affairs of Radha and Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in order to bestow upon human society the benediction of science of Krishna. The most exalted of all the activities of Lord Krishna are his pastimes of conjugal love with gopis. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in the mood of Srimati Radharani, the best of gopis. Therefore, to understand the mission of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and follow in his footsteps, one must very seriously follow in the footsteps of 6 Goswamis: Sri Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Bhatta Raghunath, Sri Jiva Goswami, Bhatta, Gopal Bhatta, and Das Raghunath. So, here, especially, Sri Prabhupada is saying that this Krishna movement is going on under supervision of Rupa Goswami. We see Prabhupada, before going to America, he was residing in Radha Damodar temple, where there is a bhajan kutir of Rupa Goswami, and also there is Samadhi Mandir of Rupa Goswami. And daily he would offer prayers and worship Rupa Goswami's lotus feet. And one place Sri Prabhupada mentions that Rupa Goswami appeared to him and blessed him that you go to America and you will be successful. So he had special blessings of Rupa Goswami. So we see that in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami glorifies Rupa Goswami very much. We see there is brief description of Rupa Goswami's meeting with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Rupa and Sanatana Goswami's first meeting with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Ramkeli. Then there is also elaborate description of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's meeting with Rupa Goswami at Prayagraj, where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu elaborately explained him science of devotional service. And then there is again in Antya description of Srila Rupa Goswami's meeting with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Jagannath Puri. So we'll try to see briefly some of these pastimes. We see when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to visit Vrindavan. Actually, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was always eager to go to Vrindavan. First time when he got first initiation from Ishwarpuri, immediately became so mad with love for Krishna, he was running towards Vrindavan. But then there was Akashvani, and the voice spoke that, my dear Lord, if you go to Vrindavan, who will deliver all Navadip Vasis and the world? You are supposed to start Sankirtan moment. First you start Sankirtan moment, later on you can come to Vrindavan. So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu controlled his emotions and went to Navadip, where he started Sankirtan moment. And we see how he inundated Navadip with chanting of the holy names of Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Later on, after dealing with everybody, he saw that some people are not accepting the chanting of the holy names of Lord, especially some smartas, some pandit scholars, And to deliver them, then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas at Katwa. And when he took sannyas, again he became so mad with ecstasy. He started running towards Vrindavan. But somehow Nityanpur diverted him to Shantipur, and then we see later on, after meeting with devotees in Shantipur, and especially on request of Mother Sachi, then he went to Jagannath Puri. And then after Jagannath Puri, we see he went to, after dealing with Sarvam Bhattacharya, he went to South India, and again he came back, and again he was very much eager to go to Vrindavan. And every time he wanted to go to Vrindavan, he was asking devotees to give him permission, but devotees were somehow other giving some excuses, and they were saying, okay, first attend this Dola Purnima, then you can go, then attend this Rath Yatra, then you can go, attend this Dasara, then go, all the things in that way. 2 years passed. And finally, Lord was become very impatient, and then finally devotee said, "Okay, my dear Lord, now you can go." And Lord went from, and there is elaborate description how Lord left Jagannath Puri, and thousands of devotees started following him, and then how he came from Jagannath Puri to Mayapur, Navdeep. From there, he went to Ramkeli. He took little detour and went to Ramkeli, And in Ramkeli, there was such amazing kirtans. Practically, lakhs and lakhs of people were chanting and dancing. That was the capital of Nawab Hussain Shah, who was the ruler of Bengal that time. And when Nawab Hussain Shah sent his spies to find out about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, everybody was coming and becoming so infected by the chanting. They were all coming and chanting Hari, 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 Hari. They couldn't speak without chanting names of Krishna. And then he understood this person is something very great. He asked that time some of his associates and servants and secretaries, who is this sannyasi? One person, Keshav Khan or someone, Keshav Chatri or someone. He knew that this Nawab Hussain Shah, he is a little crazy fellow. If I tell him the reality, he will create a lot of disturbance. So he said, "Oh, my dear king, he is an ordinary sannyasi. Nothing, you don't have to pay so much attention. He is a beggar, he doesn't have anything, and there are few people following him. It's not worthy of your attention, But then this Nawab Hussain Shah became so angry. He said, "You fool, you rascal, you are calling him an ordinary person. He is the same Supreme Person Godhead, to whom Qurans say Allah or Vedas call it Krishna. He is the same Krishna coming here." And he said, "You order everyone that nobody should stop his Sankirtan, and there should be all facilities given for him to do Sankirtan." So the Chatri was, Keshav was surprised. Anyway, he said, "This king we can't trust." Anyway, then later on, this king asked Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami were his servants, ministers, Home Minister and Prime Minister, asked Rupa Goswami, "What do you think about this?" Rupa Goswami said, "What do you think about it?" He said, "In my heart, I feel that he is the same Lord, Allah or Krishna." And Rupa Goswami said, "Maybe then you should accept him as like that only." You should trust your heart, So, like that. And that night, when, so Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami and Anupam, they disguised themselves and went to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. First they met Nityananda Prabhu, Haridas Thakur, and then tried to take appointment with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then finally they got to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in night. And in night then they offered obeisances. Sanatana Goswami, Rupa Goswami, Anupam, they were having straw in their teeth, and they felt flat at lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Actually, before that also they had sent many letters to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had not replied. And this time, when they got this opportunity, they fell at feet and begged. Sanatana Goswami said, "Oh, my dear Lord, I don't know who am I, but people call me great Pandit and all these things, and I am also so foolish. I accept their words, but I don't know what is my goal of life. I don't know who is God, what is my relationship with God. Please deliver us." So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so touched by their humility. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted them and gave them name Sanatana Goswami and Rupa Goswami and Anupam Vallabh. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, later on Sanatana Goswami told Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that you are going with millions of people, maybe this is not a good way to go to Vrindavan, you can go to Vrindavan alone. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left from there, next day went to Kanai Natshala, And then he was reflecting and he said, oh, what Sanatana Goswami said is right. It's not good to go to Vrindavan. Madhavendra Puri went alone and he had darshan of Krishna. Krishna came in disguise and gave him the milk. So going to Vrindavan with millions of people may not be good. So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu returned back from Kanayanatchala. And when he came to Puri, he met the devotees and he told, oh, because I offended Gadadhar, I broke his heart, so Krishna did not allow me to go to Vrindavan. Jai Shri Nitai Gauranga ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Premanande. And then he was describing his visit to Bengal and then to Ramkeli and Kanayanatchala, and then he told devotees in Jagannath Puri, Dui bhai bhakta raja, Krishna kripa patra, Vyavhare raja mantri, Haya raja patra. He said, I made these two devotees. They are Bhakta Raj. They are the best of the devotees. They are Krishna kripa patra. They are suitable recipients of Krishna's mercy. Externally, Vyavhare raja mantri. They are just government officials, ministers to the king. But actually, they are Bhakta Raj. They are the best of the devotees. Vidya bhakti buddhi bale parama pravina tabu apana ke mane trina haite hina. These two personalities, Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, Vidya bhakti buddhi bale param pravina. They are so expert. They are very experienced in education, devotional service, intelligence and strength. Yet, tabu apna ke mane trina haite hina. Still they consider themselves inferior than straw in the street. Tara daine dekhi shuni pashana vidare ami tushta hoye tabe kahilo dohare uttam hayahi na kari manah apnare achire karibe Krishna tomada uddare. So Lord Chaitanya said their humility is such great that even stone can melt. Lord Chaitanya said when he met them, he said, my dear Rup Sanatan, your humility is breaking my heart. So he said, the humility of these two brothers could even melt stones. Because I was very pleased with their behavior. I told them, although you are both very much exalted, you consider yourself inferior. And because of this, Krishna will very soon deliver you. So this was speciality, special qualification of Rupa and Sanatan, their humility. So Mahaprabhu was touched by their humility, and Mahaprabhu is glorifying their humility to his associates in Jagannath Puri. So this was their first meeting. Later on, after that meeting, Rupa Goswami, Sanatana, they were considering how to leave this job, post of Prime Minister and Home Minister of Navabhasansha and join Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So they requested some brahmanas to do special pujas, and they started doing special chantings and prayers so that they can somehow escape. So in the beginning, Rupa Goswami gave his resignation and then he left. And while leaving, it is said that he had so much wealth, practically 2 boats filled with gold coins were there. Millions and millions of gold coins. So that he gave 50% of that wealth in charity to Brahmanas and Vaishnavas. 25% he distributed to the relatives, and 25% he kept for emergency. Because he was expecting some problems to come, because he was, so he kept something for emergency. Prabhupada writes in the purport that this is the way one should divide his income. One should use 50% in service of Brahmanas and Vaishnavas, especially in propagation of Krishna consciousness. 25% one should give to relatives, and 25% one should keep for emergency purposes. So after that, and he also kept some 10,000 gold coins with the grocer there. And then he told Sanatana Goswami that I have kept some Lakshmi. So in future when you need some that Lakshmi, you can use it. So later on when we see that when Sanatana Goswami was put in jail, he used that Lakshmi to bribe the guards and how he could escape from that. So Rupa Goswami left Ramkili, and then he was trying to track where is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He understood that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gone back to Jagannath Puri, and then he understood that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is again planning to go to Vrindavan. So he sent two people to find out about whereabouts and when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu living. And then he came to know that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is soon leaving to Puri. So then he also left towards Vrindavan. So from Ramkili he went towards Vrindavan, and Mahaprabhu came from Puri towards Vrindavan. Then they met at Prayagraj. So when Rupa Goswami came to Prayagraj, Mahaprabhu was going to Bindu Madhav Mandir, and there were so many thousands of people, and it was so crowded. Mahaprabhu was chanting and everybody chanting, and there was roaring kirtans. There was so much crowd, so there was no way to go any close to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Later on, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to house of a Brahmana where he was staying, Rupa Goswami and Anupam, both of them went, and from distance they offered Dandavat to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw Rupa Goswami, he was so pleased. Shri Rupa dekhiya Prabhu prasanna haila mana, utha Rupa aila bolila vachana, Krishnera karuna kichu nayaya varnana, Vishaya kupahaite khadile tuma duijana. So he said, "Oh, Rupa, please get up." He was very pleased, and personally he put his lotus feet on Rupa Goswami's head, and he was very happy. And he said, "Oh, Krishna has been very merciful to you, and because of Krishna's mercy, you have been able to give up this Vishaya kup." He was a prime minister or home minister, great minister in Navabhusan. He said that is a Vishaya kup. Sometimes we get big position material. We think we are in heavens or we are in the spiritual world. But here Chaitanya was saying materialistic positions in materialistic world, where one is not able to serve Krishna, that is like Vishaya kup, deep dark well. So Sri Chaitanya said, "Oh, Krishna has blessed you, and because of Krishna's blessing, you have been saved from deep dark well." And then Sri Chaitanya said, "Name bhaktas chaturvedi mad bhakta swapacha priya tasmai deyam tato grahyam sacho pujya yathohyam." So Chaitanya was quoting Krishna. Krishna spoke, "Even though a person is very learned scholar of Sanskrit Vedic literatures, he is not accepted as my devotee unless he is pure in devotional service. Even though a person is born in family of dog-eaters, he is very dear to me if he is a pure devotee who has no motive to enjoy fruity activities or mental speculation. Indeed, all respect should be given to him, and whatever he offers should be accepted. Such devotees are as worshipable as I am." Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is quoting Krishna and saying that anybody who may be great learned scholar, Pandit, Brahmana, whatever he may have, many material qualifications, but if he is not a devotee, then cannot be accepted. And a person who may be very low born and whatever his past may be, but still if he is a devotee, he should be worshipable. He should worship as I am. Yai shloka padi duhara kailo alingana, kripate duhara mathai dharilo charana. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recited this verse and embraced Rupa Goswami and his brother Anupam. And then kripaya duhara mathai dharilo charana. And Lord Chaitanya put his lotus feet on head of Rupa Goswami and Anupam. And that time, Rupa Goswami offered a very beautiful prayer. The most famous illustrated verse Rupa Goswami composed at that moment. And he said, Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pranayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gaura Tushe Nama. Oh, most munificent incarnation, you are Krishna himself, appearing as Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You have assumed the golden color of Srimati Radharani and you are widely distributing pure love of Krishna. We offer our respectful obeisance unto you. So this is great contribution of Rupa Goswami. He is revealing the secret of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the hidden incarnation of this age of Kali. And then he chanted another very famous work. Yogyana mattam bhuvanam dayalur ullagayam api akarot paramattam swaprema sampada sudayat bhuteham Sri Krishna Chaitanyam amum prapadde. We offer our respectful obeisance unto that merciful Supreme Person Godhead who has converted all the three worlds which were maddened by ignorance and saved them from their diseased condition by making them mad with the nectar from the treasure house of love of God. Let us take full shelter of that personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, whose activities are wonderful. So, in this way, Rupa Goswami glorified Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Later on, Vallabh Bhatt came there, and Vallabh Bhatt was very nicely, warmly received by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Vallabh Bhatt and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had wonderful discussion. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu introduced Rupa Goswami and Anupam to Vallabh Bhatt. And then Vallabh Bhatt was very happy to see Rupa Goswami and Anupam, and then Vallabh Bhatt went to embrace Rupa Goswami. But then Rupa Goswami immediately went away. Dui bhai dura haite bhumi te padiya bhatte dandavad koila ati din haya. So immediately he went from distance and offered dandavats to Vallabh Bhatt. Bhatt milibare yaya dohe palaye dure asprishya pamara mui na chuya more. So Rupa Goswami said, oh my dear Vallabh Bhatt, you are great Acharya, you are great Brahman, you are from very aristocratic family. I am very lowly person, I am untouchable, I am most sinful. Please do not touch me. So Vallabh Bhatt was going to embrace him, but Rupa Goswami ran away, saying that I am very fallen. So Rupa Goswami was thinking I was working under a Muslim king. I am very contaminated, So when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very happy to see this humility of Rupa Goswami. And then he said, Vallabh Bhatt, my dear Vallabh Bhatt, yes, actually what Rupa Goswami is true. You are a great aristocratic Brahman, so you should not touch him. So your caste will get spoiled. Then our Vallabh Bhatt said, oh, Duhara mukhe nirantara Krishna nama suni bhatta kahe Prabhu kichu ingit bhangi jani Duhara mukhe Krishna nama kariche nartana yei dui adhama nahi haya sarvottam. These two persons are always chanting holy names of Lord. How can they be Adam? They are Sarvottam. And then he started glorifying those who chant the holy names of Lord. So Lord was very happy to hear Vallabh Bhatt glorifying devotees, those who chant the holy names of Lord. So in this way, then Vallabh Bhatt invited Lord to come for prasad at his home, Adila Gram, across the river. Then he also invited Rupa Goswami and Anupam for that prasad. So they went. So in this way, Lord stayed. But wherever Lord went, there was actually a lot of crowd. So later on, Lord took him to Dashashwamedha Ghat, and there Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for 10 days spoke to Rupa Goswami and explained him science of pure devotional service. And later on he instructed, you should elaborate on these teachings for the benefit of all the people. And based on these teachings, we see Rupa Goswami wrote Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, the summary study of which is written by Srila Prabhupada, named Nectar of Devotion. So it is said that Srimad Bhagavatam is non-different from Krishna. It's incarnation of Krishna. Bhakti Rasam Sindhu, nectar of devotion, is considered non-different from Srimati Radharani. And it contains all the Rasa Tattva. So Rupa Goswami is also called as the Rasacharya, the Acharya of mellows, who understand the fine mellows of loving devotional sentiments and with this thing. So later on, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then proceeded further, and then after his Vrindavan Yatra, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went back to Jagannath Puri, later on again Rupa Goswami was thinking, I should go and meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri. So then Rupa Goswami, meanwhile Anupam left the world, so Rupa Goswami alone went walking towards Jagannath Puri. On the way, he came to a place called Satyabhamapur, and he slept one night in that Satyabhamapur. And when he was sleeping, he had a dream. A beautiful young girl came in a dream and instructed, "Hey, you're writing drama, and you've written drama about me and Radharani and all this thing. One thing, that is not good. You should make two dramas, separately for Krishna's pastimes in Vrindavan and Krishna's pastimes in Dwarka." He got up and he was wondering who was that beautiful lady. Then understood she was actually Satyabhama. Then he came to Jagannath Puri and he was thinking, I feel that is true. Maybe, I should write two different dramas. Later on, when he came to Jagannath Puri, he came to a place where Haridas Thakur was staying. That is called as Siddha Bakul. And Haridas Thakur was so happy to welcome him and receive him. And every day, as we know, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after taking darshan of Jagannath, would come to meet Haridas Thakur. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to meet Haridas Thakur, Rupa Goswami offered danvats, and then Haridas Thakur said, "My dear Lord, Rupa Goswami is offering you obeisances." And when Lord saw Rupa Goswami, he was so happy, and Lord's associates were also there, and Lord started glorifying Rupa Goswami. And then Lord told Advaita Acharya was there, Nityananda was there. So he said, "My dear Advaita Acharya, my dear Nityananda, please bless Rupa Goswami. May Rupa Goswami, by your mercy, become so powerful that he will be able to describe the transcendent mellows of devotional service." So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu requested them to offer his blessings. And then afterwards, Lord had a wonderful talk and showed a lot of love and affection. And while going, Lord said, "Do not try to take Krishna out of Vrindavan, for he does not go anywhere else at any time." So, Krishna is known as Yadukumar. Krishna known as Yadukumar is Vasudev Krishna. He is different from Krishna, who is son of Nanda Maharaj. Yadukumar Krishna manifests his pastime in the cities of Mathura and Dwarka. But Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaj, never at any time leaves Vrindavan. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, and left like that. And Rupa Goswami is wondering, what is Lord saying? Then he understood whatever Satyabhama had told, same thing, that earlier he had written one drama with, in one he had written how Krishna's performed pastime in Vrindavan, how Krishna performed pastime in Mathura Dwarka. Then he understood Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was saying that these are two separate Krishnas. And he said, don't take Krishna out of Vrindavan. So then he decided he will write two dramas with two separate introduction, two separate invocations and everything. So later on we see that there was Rath Yatra celebration and devotees, all over Bengal had come, and Mahaprabhu was in great ecstasy. And we know that when Mahaprabhu was chanting and dancing, he was in ecstasy and started singing some verses which nobody could understand except Sarup Damodar Goswami. And he chanted that famous verse, Yah Kaumar Harasa Eva Hi Varasta Eva Chaitra Krishna Pas. Take that verse, that so that verse, that very personality who stole my heart from my youth is now again my master. These are the same moonlight nights at the month of Chaitra. The same fragrance of Malati flowers is there, and the same sweet breezes are blowing from Kadamba forest. In our intimate relationship, I am also the same lover, yet still my mind is not happy here. I am very eager to go back to that place on the bank of the Reva under the Vetasi tree. That is my desire. So, when Rupa Goswami heard this, later on Rupa Goswami composed another verse explaining same sentiments. And that verse composed by Rupa Goswami says like this: My dear friend, now I met my very old and dear friend Krishna on this field of Kurukshetra. I am same Radharani, and now we are meeting together. It is very pleasant, but I would still like to go to the bank of the Yamuna beneath the trees of the forest there. I wish to hear the vibration of his sweet flute playing the fifth note within that forest of Vrindavan. So Rupa Goswami wrote this verse, and he stuck it that on the thatch hut of Haridas Thakur, and then he went to take bath. Meanwhile, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, and when he saw this verse, he read it. He was very amazed, and he wondering, how can Rupa Goswami understand my heart? He was very pleased. And then by the time Rupa Goswami came back, and when he seen Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he offered Dandavat. Prabhu dekhi Dandavat prangana padila, Prabhu tare chapad mari, kahi te lagila. Seeing the Lord, Sri Rupa Goswami fell flat in the courtyard to offer obeisances. Lord lovingly slapped him and spoke as follows: Guda mora rudaya tuni jani lo ke mone eta kahe rupa kaila thoda alingane. My heart is very confidential. How did you know my mind in this way, O Rupa? And after saying this, he firmly embraced Rupa Goswami. So later on, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went and met Sarup Damodar Goswami, and he discussed with Sarup Damodar Goswami. He said, My dear Sarup Damodar, today I went and Rupa Goswami had composed this verse. How is that Rupa Goswami has understood my heart? Mora antar varta Rupa jani lake mane, Sarup kahe jani kripa kariye che apane. So Lord Chaitanya asked, how is that Rupa Goswami understood my heart? And Sarup Damodar said, because you have bestowed your mercy on him. And then we see, Lord Chaitanya said, yes, yes. Actually, when I met him in Prague, I bestowed my special mercy to him. And because of that, now he is able to understand. Prabhu kahe, iha amay Prague milila, yogya patra jani iha, mora kripa tahila. Time is up, so I'll just end in 5 minutes. A few very nice verses. Tabe Shakti Sanchari Ami Koilo Ubadesha Tumiha Kahi Yahara Rasera Vishesha. So he said, I have actually blessed him. And then he said, you also please train him, teach him, and bless him. Especially Rasera Vishesha, about mellows of devotional service. Later on, after Rath Yatra, generally all devotees from Bengal went back to Bengal, but Rupa Goswami stayed back there, and he was staying with Haridas Thakur. One day, again, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he came, he saw that Rupa Goswami had written very beautiful verse, and especially when Sri Chaitanya saw, he glorified his handwriting. Shri Rupera Akshara Ena Mukuttara Panti Priti Haya Karena Prabhu Aksharera Stuti. Thus being pleased, the Lord praised the writing by saying, the handwriting of Rupa Goswami is just like rows of pearls. He said, Rupa Goswami, very beautiful handwriting. And then he read that beautiful verse, Tunde Tandavini Rathim Vitanute Tundavali Labdaye Karna Krodha Kadambini Ghatayate karnambude spriham cheta prangana sangini vijayate sarvendriya nam kritim na jane janite kriyadvir amritai krishneti varna dvai. So this was verse written by Rupa Goswami. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu read that verse. I do not know how much nectar these two syllables Krishna have produced. When the holy name of Krishna is chanted, it appears to dance within the mouth. We then desire many, many mouths. When that name enters the holes of the ears, we desire many, many millions of ears. And when the holy name dances in the courtyard of the heart, it conquers the activities of mind, and therefore all the senses become inert. When Haridas Thakur heard this verse, he started chanting and dancing. What a glorification! And then all other devotees, later on Mahaprabhu invited other devotees, Saram Acharya and then Raman Rai, Sarup Damodar, and he started telling you, please analyze and test Rupa Goswami. And they tested and they were amazed how Rupa Goswami has been so blessed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and how he is able to compose such wonderful verses glorifying holy name, and also especially how he understands the heart of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we see is Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, when on one Vyas Puja offering, he read a beautiful poetry glorifying Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, and then that poetry was published in the magazine. And when Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur read that verse, Vyas Puja offering by Prabhupada, Abhay Babu, Abhay Charnaravinda Das, and especially when he read this stanza, absolute is sentient, thou hast proved impersonal calamity, thou hast removed. Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur became so pleased. He said, he has understood my heart. Here also we see how Sri Chaitanya was so pleased. He said, this Rupa Goswami has understood my heart. And then Sri Chaitanya requested all the devotees that you please bless Rupa Goswami so that he can be empowered to present these teachings of Krishna consciousness to everyone. So we see how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu loved him, blessed him profusely, and how later on we see how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very instrumental in finding or revealing the holy places of Vrindavan, many pastime places, also building beautiful temple like Radha Govindev temple, and also he wrote many wonderful scriptures like Bhakti Rasam Sindhu, Updeshamrita, and Vidagdha Madhav, Lalit Madhav, and many others. And also he taught Vaishnava etiquettes by his own personal behavior. So today is Disappearance Day. We are extremely indebted to Rupa Goswami for his books and his writings, his wonderful example, and for building this Radha Govinda temple, and especially for blessing our dear Srila Prabhupada to spread this Krishna consciousness all over the world, so that even we can also get benefited. So on this day of his disappearance, we seek blessings of Rupa Goswami so that we can understand these teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and apply in our lives. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Rupa Goswami Pad ki jai, Srila Gauridas Pandit ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Gauranga ki jai. So there is an inauguration of our new office, PR office and CSR office. So we request all devotees to join there for a brief event and ceremony, and for kirtans, and there will be also special prasadam for everyone. So this is special request by Mukund Kirtan Prabhu. So okay, just for a few minutes we'll go there and have inauguration. Okay, all of you can please come. Hare Krishna. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.